Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. All right, so the score was 119-110. The OKC Thunder beat the Lakers by 9 in Los Angeles. No J-Dub, J-Dub definitely was out there. No Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, no Luka Doncic, but it was clear we were still the worst of the two teams there. It's tough because you lost yet another close game. Not a close game. Actually, this is one of our first close losses, but it's not really close given the fact they won by 9. But it was a crunch time game. We had opportunities, but you lost another game against a good team, is what I'm trying to say. So let's see how that happened. The Lakers in the first quarter, 30 points. Thunder 31. Second quarter, Lakers 28. Thunder 36. Third quarter, Lakers 33. Thunder 26. Fourth quarter, Lakers 19. Thunder 26. We had a good third quarter. In the fourth quarter, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of at a loss for words as to how to really sum up my thoughts on this game. Maybe I'll figure it out after the stats read. From the field, the Thunder shot 48%, 42 of 88. Lakers 50%, 42 of 84. From the three-point line, Lakers 10 of 31 for 32%. Thunder 14 of 33, 42%. From the line, Lakers 70%, 16 to 23. Thunder 72%, 21 to 29. 45 boards for the Thunder, 35 for the Lakers. 14 offensive boards, Thunder 9 for the Lakers. 23 assists for the Thunder, 25 for the Lakers. 12 steals for the Thunder, 7 for the Lakers. 4 blocks for the Thunder, 3 for the Lakers. 15 turnovers for the Lakers, 23 points conceded off of those. 16 turnovers for the Thunder, 17 points off of those. 9 fast break points for the Thunder, 12 for the Lakers. 48 points in the paint for the Thunder, 50 for the Lakers. 14 was the largest lead of the game for OKC, and the Lakers had an 8-point lead at one point. We led 21% of the time, the Thunder 68% of the time. Box score: Hartenstein, 22 minutes, 10 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 2 turnovers, 6 offensive boards, -5 for Isaiah. Chet Holmgren, 31 minutes, 13 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 1 turnover, 3 offensive boards, +12. Lou Dort, 29 minutes, 7 points, 2 of 5 from both the 3 and the field, 1 of 2 from the line, 5 rebounds, 4 turnovers, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 offensive board, -7 for Lou Dort. J-Dub, 24 minutes, 23 points, 6 of 17 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 11 of 13 from the line, 3 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 1 assist, 1 steal, -10 for J-Dub. He didn't shoot as well as I thought he did. He really killed us in the fourth quarter, though. For him to be fresh off injury, first game in 10 games, he really looked good. Got to the line 11 out of 13 times. Hit the free throws in that regard, rather. I'm not going to give him game ball. I don't think he played amazing, but he did close us out, and he was a big part of why we couldn't win the game. But I think I'll go in a different direction with the game ball today. Cason Wallace, 31 minutes, 12 points, 6 of 9 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 offensive boards, -2 for Cason. Jay Will, 19 minutes, 11 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line, 3 rebounds, 4 turnovers, 2 assists, +9 for Jay Will. AC, game ball goes to AC, man, ex-Laker, NBA champion with the Lakers and the OKC Thunder. He has 2 rings. He had 24 minutes out there, 17 points, 7 of 8 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, 0 of 1 from the free throw line, 2 assists, 1 rebound, 1 steal, no turnovers, +19, led the entire team there. That's where the game ball's going. To AC, he came back and reminded us that we were idiots for letting him walk. That was stupid on our part as an organization, and we pay for it yet again tonight. Williams, 4 minutes. Which Williams is this? K. Williams, whatever the K stands for. I can't think of it right now, but he's Williams. 4 minutes, 0 of 1 from the field, 0 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 steal, -1. Isaiah Joe was also a candidate for game ball. He shot the ball extremely well. 27 minutes, 19 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover, 2 offensive boards, +14. He was really, really deadly out there tonight. Aaron Wiggins, 15 minutes, 0 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, +6. And Jared McCain, 14 minutes, 7 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 3 rebounds, +10. Yeah, man. Let's see what the Lakers did. LeBron James, 36 minutes, 22 points, 9 of 17 from the field, over 4 from 3, 4 of 6 from the line, 6 rebounds, 10 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers, 1 offensive board, -7. Nice game for the King for the most part. Bad three-point shooting, though. Missed the clutch three that kind of hurt, but I thought he was better with his turnovers tonight, especially against this defense, only 3 of them, so that was pretty positive. I thought he played much better tonight than he did in the last several games. But the 3-ball and the free throws missed didn't help. There. So, Rui Hachimura, 33 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, +4. I thought Rui was good. Very good, actually. I like what he did from behind the arc in the fourth quarter. Would have liked to have seen him get a bit more touches, but it's a solid game for Rui. He's been playing well lately. Jake LaRavia, 24 minutes, 14 points, 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. Hit off 6 of his free throws, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 offensive board, -9, 1 turnover. He was good on the defensive end. Even offensively, he was okay, but I'm going to just say this. Him missing the 3-point shots in the fourth quarter, given consecutively, pretty much killed us. That was pretty much the nail in our coffin. You have to hit those shots, man. You have to hit those. And he just didn't hit them. And I felt bad for him because the fans were starting to groan and moan. But he had missed about 3 clutch or fourth quarter 3-point shots in a row. Jake can hit them sometimes. Jake can't hit them sometimes. He's an okay offensive player, a very good defensive player. About as close to a two-way player as we have. So if you really need defense on the floor, you can get away with having him out there offensively. But he kind of fell in line with the whole campaign I'm on about defensive players who don't really play well offensively, don't help you in the end. As bad as people need stops, you need buckets even more in today's NBA, and that kind of was the story for Jake LaRavia. Normally I actually think he could be okay offensively, but I do understand he's not an offensive player for us. He's just kind of a Swiss Army knife, leans into more defensive type guy. And on that side of the ball, I thought he was really good. Also plays and stuff like that, deflections, hit all his free throws is cool on the offensive end. 4 boards, I know he can rebound better than that, but I thought he was pretty good defensively, but he missed all of the clutch threes that the Thunder left him open to take, and it just continues to fuel my narrative that I just rather have offensive players on the floor than defensive guys. I mean, this was yet another example of what it is I've been talking about. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't remove LaRavia because of his offensive deficiencies. He just had a poor offensive night. You see what I'm saying? So he's not an all-star player. He's not going to be super great offensively every night. But on a night where he's not super great offensively, you leave him on the floor in place of an efficient shooter because of what he does defensively. And leaning into that decision made it so that you couldn't execute properly down the stretch. So that's what it was. This is just another example of what it is I've been talking about. DA, 29 minutes, 6 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds, 1 turnover, 3 offensive boards, -5. DA was kind of slow in the first half. I thought he rebounded well. 3 offensive boards is good. Yeah, it's okay, I don't think this was a horrible night. 0 of 3 from the free throw line kind of hurt. But I thought he was okay. I believe we are so much better of a basketball team when Ayton's scoring in the 15 to 20 range. And it's just really disappointing that he's not a more aggressive, more capable scorer for us, I guess. It's just, it is what it is, man. Marcus Smart, 29 minutes, 19 points, 7 of 16 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover, -4. I thought he was really good on the defensive end. On the offensive end, shot the ball pretty well tonight for the most part. But the problem I have with Marcus Smart is the same thing I always complain about with Marcus Smart. He be having these wild ideas about how to advance the ball, and they're just terrible. He threw away at least 3 possessions. Even though it only says he has 1 turnover, I counted about 3. Because he just continues to throw the ball in wild situations. Just off rhythm, in triple coverage, just like a bad quarterback trying to toss the ball into triple coverage or quadruple coverage. I mean, it's just not. He makes the most just ridiculously bad decisions when he's trying to advance the ball a lot of the time. And we threw away several possessions because of his bright ideas. I really get frustrated with him because those are possessions you really need in a game like this where the margin of error is so slim, given the fact the talent you're going against is so elite. So I thought, one of the things I said in the pregame videos, you cannot take chances tonight with our passes. We can't, be Cowboys out there in that regard. You got to be smart. You got to be methodical. You got to be locked in. And I thought the Lakers kind of gave the ball away in certain situations, and I thought it was just enough possessions to assure we didn't win the basketball game. So Marcus Smart was a big part of that to me. Maxi Kleber 5 minutes, -8. I would love to have seen Maxi a bit more tonight, given how well he played in the last 2 games, how intricate he was to things out there. We got both of our centers back, and we didn't play him as much tonight, and we didn't win the basketball game. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. I don't think so, honestly. When you're given the fact of how he's been playing with the deflections and offensive rebounds and just the physicality, you kind of needed that tonight against Hartenstein specifically. And I just don't know that D.A. and Hayes were the right call tonight for your floor game. I don't think so. Not given how intricate he's been to winning these last 2 games and how he contributed to winning in these last 2 games. And then you consider what Hartenstein is and how he played tonight. 3 steals, 6 offensive boards. Call me crazy, but I just think Maxi Kleber probably should have been the guy getting the majority of the minutes at the center position tonight. I know. Far cry from what I would have said just last week, but, you needed him at the center position being a banshee because, you weren't getting that from Ayton. You're just not going to get that from Ayton. Ayton has stone hands at times, missing free throws, offensive rebounds or defensive boards, rather, in a specific moment. I felt Ayton could have pulled the ball down. Instead, he ended up tapping it out of bounds, giving another possession to the Thunder. Those types of plays make the difference. You just need that not to be the case at all. Vanderbilt, 17 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 2 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, +9. This was a pretty good game from Vando, but again, 17 minutes of play. I just need Vanderbilt to rebound better. The defense is okay, bro, but you're giving me nothing on the offensive end. I could jack crap on the offensive end, 2 boards. Yeah, we love the defensive play, but what did it leave us? 110 points as a team. You giving me 2 points, you give me 2 boards, 2 turnovers to negate the 1 steal and 1 block. You had a turnover for each. I'm not a believer in a defensive player. This is what's happening to us. You leave these guys on the floor to do banshee stuff and play great defense. You still lose by 9 because they can't score. I mean, it is what it is, man. I guess this is what I'm gonna be talking about for the rest of the season, pretty much. We try to do this makeup for our offensive players' deficiencies, defensive patch job, and you're going to lose games doing it. You're going to lose games, I guess, either way, I'd imagine, but this is one way to lose. I mean, you pick your poison. I guess we're choosing to go with let's make our defense pretty good, and our offense suffers poison pill. I don't know. How do you want to die, man? It's the question I asked the Lakers. Apparently, with the defensive players who can't score worth a damn. Jackson Hayes, 14 minutes, 12 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 3 offensive boards, -4 for Jackson Hayes. I thought he was pretty good. Again, Jackson Hayes has been playing pretty well. I think I would have been happy with Jackson Hayes and Kleber getting the majority of the minutes tonight. Hayes played a good floor game. I thought Austin did a good job of finding him on a couple lobs, and he did a great job with the offensive boards and putbacks and stuff like that. I thought he was pretty good. Him and Kleber were the button to press tonight. Jackson Hayes gives you a lot of energy on both sides of the floor. He's improved a lot this year. I think he's a better player than he was the last 2 years. I really think he's developing slowly but surely into a very serviceable backup center. I'm happy he's here. I wouldn't mind us re-signing him if we keep him, especially since Luka's out here who can activate him. I think he'd be good to bring back next year too, man. This has been a good year for him, and I just want him to keep on doing what he's doing. This was good. Probably should have had more minutes. Luke Kennard, 24 minutes, 7 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 0 turnovers, 1 steal, -7, 1 offensive board. He should have been out there more than LaRavia. Just like if you choose to die with the offensive player that can't defend, you probably still lose the game, but you hit the big shots. Kennard would have hit them shots. And I liked how Kennard was the anti-Smart in a sense that he didn't make no bad passes tonight, which is why he's the only guy who walked away with no turnovers. And he had the ball in his hands enough to where he could have turned the ball over, but he made good floor plays, and he still found his teammates precisely, consistently. This is a very smart basketball player. He's not just a shooter. And I think where he doesn't help you on the defensive end, because he did get hunted in the first quarter, AC was going straight at him, and he's not going to defend well. But as I said, you pick your poison. He probably make up for it on the offensive end. Your turnovers come down in theory. Your scoring ability goes up in theory. You probably only lose by 2. You know what I mean? With Luke Kennard, I just think it's probably more of a efficient way to lose. Because essentially you're gonna lose either way. But I think it's probably a little closer if you lean into your offense tonight. And with Luke Kennard over Jake LaRavia in the fourth quarter, you hit those threes. So, like, how do you want to die? You're gonna die either way, but it's just a choice, I guess, that we made to lean into our defense. And that we came with that. Luke Kennard, if we would have leaned into him a bit more, I think we probably scored the ball a little more. Probably still lose, though. Austin Reaves, 29 minutes, 16 points, 6 of 14 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 turnovers, 1 steal, minus 14. Austin Reaves played hard, man. Very physical game, very frustrated. He picked up a technical out there. The officiating was just, they were really bad, man. They were really bad. Like, bad. And that's something that we hadn't really gotten into. I thought Austin Reaves kind of was frustrated out there. The efficiency wasn't necessarily there, but I thought he played hard. But this was not the greatest efficiency night from Austin, and we needed that. He got a little frustrated. Kassan Wallace stole the ball from him. Best steals man in all of basketball, stole the ball from him. And that's what's going to happen. We know Austin doesn't handle on-ball pressure as well as most players of his caliber, ball handlers, but I still thought he did some fantastic things, but he was just getting beat up out there. Not the type of punishment you want him to take on fresh off injury when we got a back-to-back tomorrow, and we got to deal with freaking Stephon Castle and Wemby. It's just not going to get any easier for Austin. So I thought he played hard, but I would have loved to have seen us kind of scale back on his usage, knowing that this game is coming up tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play at all tomorrow. So that would kind of suck, but this is kind of how the schedule goes, man. They give you these 2 difficult teams to play in back-to-back nights. So you just got to deal with it. So that concludes the box score for this game. Of course, as I said, AC gets the game ball. He was highly efficient on both sides of the floor. He took it out on us, man. You know what I mean? As I thought he would. He hadn't been looking his best this year. He's also been injured a good portion of the year, but he's been back for a couple of games now. So, it's what you get out of that. J-Dub, I really didn't want him to come back against this team tonight because obviously he's capable of doing what he did in that fourth quarter. He closed us out. He knew Ty honors for that, even though I didn't give him the game ball. He just consistently hunted out these defensive advantages, guys that he could take advantage of tonight in the fourth quarter. They would just put themselves in the screening role and pick who they wanted J-Dub to attack, and he just continued to do that in the fourth quarter, and that's just how it went. We couldn't defend him with the crap, and we got away from our defensive players down the stretch of the game. We didn't put Vando out there in the last 2 minutes, and so as a result, he was able to hunt people. He was able to hunt Austin. He was able, you know what I mean? And that's what he did, just shoot over these people. So yeah, that's a big part of the problem there. Just could not defend that guy. So let's get into the standings. See where we're at. I thought the Lakers played hard. I really did. To consider the fact that we didn't have Luka out there, you feel good about the effort and the physicality. We had opportunities to win. We had as much as an 8-point lead in this game, but we didn't shoot well enough from behind arc. Some of the key threes we really needed to hit, Bron's threes, LaRavia's threes, those needed to fall, and they just didn't, and we didn't win because of it. I think it really did come down to just that kind of stuff around the margins and just not being able to get the stops against an elite player in J-Dub. Just fourth quarter, he outdueled us. So OKC is now 40-13. They got their 40th win tonight in first place. San Antonio 36-16 in second place. Third place Denver 34-12. Fourth place Houston 32-19. Lakers fifth place 32-19. Sixth place Minnesota 33-22. Seventh place Phoenix 31-22. Eighth place Golden State 29-25. Ninth place Blazers 26-28 for the Blazers. Clippers 10th place, 25-27, and Memphis behind them by a large margin, 20-32. So the Clippers are pulling away from the rest of the pack. I think they probably clinched that 10th seed or better. Portland Clippers, they're going to clinch that seed or better. I don't think Memphis, Dallas, Utah, New Orleans, or Sacramento catches up. I don't. I think this is what it's going to look like. Some variation of that anyway. So, yeah, man, Lakers are still in 5th place with this loss, tied with the Houston Rockets, you know. And Minnesota's hot on our tail. They've gotten a lot better in my opinion. But did they win tonight? I think they did win their game tonight. And we'll be ready for the second best team in the Western Conference tomorrow. And they're going to have even more star power because Wemby is definitely back. Stephon Castle's out there. De'Aaron Fox is out there. You know, Carter Bryant is starting to find his confidence now. He's playing well. So it's misery in Los Angeles as we continue to march toward All-Star Weekend, playing the toughest teams the NBA could possibly throw at us, though. So, yeah, tomorrow Luka's still expected to be out. Aldo Thero's still out. Daniel Jones-Garcia is out for the season for the Spurs, and Lindy Waters III is also out. We'll see if the injury report improves tomorrow. Of course, we'll have the video for you in the morning, but, you know, it's tough, man. You don't have Luka. You need him against these two teams, man. These are the games you really need Luka out there. So that's really what it is, man. The Lakers played hard. I mean, I'm not embarrassed or anything. It's no embarrassment losing to a great team, even without their best player. They're still great. And they showed that tonight. Defensively, they were awesome. Offensively, they were able to out-execute us. And we put our one-way players on the floor and picked our poison. That's really what it is. And that's what it's going to be through the rest of the season, to be honest with you. So just got to live with ourselves. But the Nuggets lost tonight. Cavaliers beat them. So we pay attention to stuff like that in the Western Conference. Nothing else really mattered in the West in regards to us. But the Nuggets losing games is always good for the Western Conference playoff picture. So just get ready for the 7:30 p.m. Game against the San Antonio Spurs tomorrow, 10:30 Eastern. Back to regular timing in the West. We don't have to do that 4 o'clock, whatever time stuff anymore. We went through a lot of Eastern Conference teams. We don't have to deal with that stuff for the rest of the month pretty much. So that's really good. And, yeah, man, I guess, when you talk about playing at a certain level of difficulty, the Lakers are playing at a superstar difficulty, man. Hall of Fame level difficulty. When you have to see the Warriors and their defense, even though the Warriors are undermanned, they still play an elite level of defense with what they had on the floor. And then you turn it around and have to play Kassan Wallace and J-Dub and Lou Dort. That's high level stuff. And then you turn around and tomorrow you got Stephon Castle. High level stuff. Wemby, obviously, supreme. And then you get a chance to play the Dallas Mavericks. I expect for us to blow Dallas out playing at this difficulty, man. They ain't got a chance in hell. If we can just get Luka back on the floor by that game, although I have my wonders if he's actually going to do that. But you're going to be playing at such a high level, and then you're going to have to play a team that's not very good. So we'll deal with that on Thursday. But tomorrow we have to play another Hall of Fame level game. So it's good for our team. Play this level of talent consistently. It's good for us. It makes us better. It definitely does. That's why you just wish you had everybody out there to do that. But we just got beat by a better team tonight, man. However it went, even though the referees definitely helped the Thunder tonight, I thought the officiating was so bad, man. They were making so many mistakes. We should not have had to use our second challenge on such an easy-to-see play where I think it was Hartenstein had the ball off his hands or something and they called it out on us. It was so very obvious. They just really sucked tonight, man. I don't actually think they were throwing the game for us. I think they just were not having a good night as a unit. This is just a very bad night for that officiating team. Terrible night. And it wasn't that much better for the Lakers because we didn't win the game, man. Just got to hit your shots. We got to execute better down the stretch, man. You can do whatever you want to do to patch up your damn defense. But you're going to run into the same problems we had 2 years ago against the Nuggets. You just can't execute well enough to win close games. You're going to have these defensive players on the floor. They're going to do all this banshee stuff. And then on the offensive end, they're going to be left open. And it's between you hitting the shot or not making the shot. And you're not going to make the shot because they can't hit the shot. So You know, pick your poison, LA. Me personally, my flavor of poison is offense. I want to lean into my offense because I have an extraordinary offense. I don't need to patch up my defense eating away at the superpower that is my offense. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die doing what I'm great at. Not trying to patch up things that I'm terrible at, eating away at what I'm great at. Because greatness is what's going to win me basketball games. So if I'm eating away at my greatness, then I bring myself into a space where I'm not necessarily great enough to win the basketball game. Patching up all my weaknesses and stuff like that. Patching up my weaknesses is nothing. Stop me. Can you stop me? When I put my best offensive players on the floor, can you stop me? I ain't worried about me stopping you. Can you stop me? And that's what we don't demand of the teams we face night in and night out. We can leave them with easy stuff, making ourselves worse on the end we're most best, trying to patch up the areas where we suck. And we're still not good enough to actually beat the teams that we're facing when we do that. So we might as well just lean into our strengths and see if we can overpower teams. Doing so, I don't understand this patch up the defense mentality bullcrap. We don't win doing it. It doesn't work, man. You suck when you do it. BDL 44. I thank you all for watching. Out.